Okay, Matthew Rose just failed his trial at Manchester United. Now, we played 3 games for Manchester United's under-21 squad, and we had 2 goals and 2 assists in those 3 games, but it wasn't good enough to get signed to a contract. And we were about to head back home when Neil Wood, our manager at Salford City, let us know that a certain Premier League team watched our 3 games and now actually wants to sign us. Like, we thought we failed our dream of becoming a Premier League footballer, but this is actually just the start of our journey. But okay, you guys have shown an insane amount of support on this series so far. I appreciate that so much. So once again, if you want this to be a full series on the channel, then drop me a like down below. Okay, Man United let us stay in this hotel room, but it's time to check out. And also say goodbye to that beautiful hot tub because we have a huge meeting today. Now, we got one small issue though. We currently don't have an agent. It's a bit of an issue. Every footballer needs an agent to handle like contract negotiations, legal stuff. But luckily for us, Neil Wood has volunteered to help us out today, as our meeting today is to negotiate a contract with a mystery Premier League team that wants to sign us. Like, we are so close to our dream, but it's time to check out. We're off to our meeting. But before that, let's have a little chat. So first comment, Matthew Rose could be loaned out to a team like Inter Miami because Beckham is their owner. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that doesn't sound like the worst idea ever. Our problem is like once you go to the MLS, I don't want to turn like Ricky Puig where it's hard to get back to Europe. So it's kind of dangerous to get loaned out to an MLS team. Like, you could get stuck there. Best player career mode, can't wait to see you have your revenge against Manchester United in the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, we're not sure what's gonna happen, but if we find our way in the Premier League, we face Manchester United, you know there's gonna be a lot of personal feelings we're gonna have for that game. Okay, we arrive at our meeting. It's a little like low-key cafe. We're about to find out which team wants to sign us. We say hi to Neil Wood, thank him for coming out, you know, helping us in this deal. He of course says no problem, but he does say we need an agent in the future for sure. And like, we gotta hire someone we could trust though. So we just sit down as we wait for a representative from the mystery team to show up. And after about 5 minutes, they show up. He introduces himself as Phil Giles, a football director for Brentford FC in the Premier League. Now, he tells us he was notified by a third party of our Newcastle game, where we played great. We had like 2 assists and 1 goal in that game. He says they watched it and they're very interested in the prospect of signing us. We thought our dream was over, but it's right in front of us now. Now, he tells us he knows we were just trialing for the under-21 squad, but Brentford manager Thomas Frank thinks that we can contribute to the first team this season. So they're looking to sign us to the actual first team. He tells us they have a 3-year contract ready to go, ready to be signed. And we're like, give me a pen, I'll sign that thing right now. But Neil Wood tells us, hold on, let's read the contract first. And after about 10 to 15 minutes, Neil Wood says we're good to go. The contract is ready to be signed if we are ready. So the contract is a 3-year contract with a starting wage of £15,000 per week. Now, must I remind you that we are currently unemployed. £15,000 per week? We almost can't believe it. Neil Wood leans over and asks, like, are we ready to sign this contract? And we look him in the eye. We tell him yes. We sign our name on the dotted line, and we've actually done it. We are a Premier League footballer and a new player for Brentford FC. Like, undoubtedly the biggest moment of our life just happened. Now, Phil Giles tells us that things are gonna move fast here. Like, Brentford need us the next week for the next game. He tells us go home, get packed, and they'll get us into an apartment very, very soon in the next few days. As you know, we're from London, so Brentford is in London. We're not going too far from home. And he tells us he'll be in touch very, very soon. We have just signed our first professional contract as a professional footballer. Like, this is our dream. So of course we go back home and tell our parents that we just signed our first professional contract. And of course our dad is so happy for us. Like, we tell him that we can't believe what's happening. And we also tell them like, we gotta move out. We gotta get our stuff packed. So of course we get upstairs, you know, try to pack our stuff. Our dad's helping us. Okay, he's not really helping us that much. Now, as we're packing, we notice a phone call. And guess who calls us? If your guess is David Beckham, then you are right. David tells us he heard about the Manchester United trial. He's sorry about that. We once again tell him thanks for getting us that trial. And he tells us he wasn't happy with how the trial ended and that he may have had a part in notifying Brentford of our performance. Now, I mean, it's not like he forced them to sign us. He sent them our game film from that Newcastle match and they really liked our performance. So of course we tell him thank you once again. He has helped us so much and he tells us no problem. And also that his son Romeo is currently playing for Brentford and then he would like us two to meet probably once we get settled in. So we of course say, yeah, we'd love to. And he tells us good luck, that he will try to stay in touch as much as he can. Okay, we're already behind schedule here though. Like, we gotta get our stuff packed. We gotta get ready to move into this new apartment. And also of course show up to Brentford Media Day and be unveiled as their new player. So one day later we arrive at Brentford's training grounds. I mean, it's literally a dream come true. We meet a lot of people and staff, including cooks, including everyone. We also meet the manager Thomas Frank, like a big reason why we're here. And we do a little physical, a little medical just to make sure that we're fit. And then we put on the Brentford kit for the very first time. This is just once again a dream come true. So Thomas Frank pulls us aside, tells us welcome to Brentford FC, introduces himself. Of course we tell him that we're so excited to be here, we're excited to get to work, and he tells us that they think we have a lot of potential. If we work hard in training, we could find ourselves game time in the Premier League. So we of course just tell him that we're gonna work as hard as we can. All right, now it is time to move into our new apartment. As welcome to our new apartment. This is our new home. So of course, how about a little tiny tour? So you walk in, first thing you see is the kitchen. I mean, it's a solid kitchen. It's nothing special. It's simple and it's what we need. And now as we go to the left, here is our living room. Now I know currently it's not that much. Like, you gotta remember, we just moved in. We of course brought our Xbox from home. I mean, we got a nice nice sofa. We got a nice TV. Like for right now, that is perfect. Now the bathroom, once again, ain't nothing special. I mean, it's decent. And then here is our little bedroom. We got a bed. We got a dresser. We got a mirror. Now, of course, as we get more settled in, we're definitely gonna buy more stuff, like spruce up the place. Right now, though, this is perfect. And like, hey, we got a little decent view outside our windows too. So we got training in about an hour, so we're gonna have a little bit of lunch. And I mean, hey, we're on our own, so we gotta cook our own meals here. We don't have mom to cook for us. Like, we're gonna have to learn how to cook. Okay, we just flipped it on the stove. That's not good. You know, I would say we're doing a fine job here. Look at that, our very first meal in our new apartment. That just looks wonderful. Of course, we clean up after our lunch, and it's time to head off to our first training session. All right, here we are, first training session as an actual signed professional footballer. And Thomas Frank wants to see us do some attacking scenarios. Now, right now, we're not really guaranteed game time. He told us if we play good in training, we might find ourselves on the field. But like, we're an 18-year-old kid that just signed. Like, we're not a starter by any means. By the way, we are playing this training drill with Ivan Toney, probably Brentford's best player. Okay, we just dribbled around that man. We almost did. I mean, if we could feed Ivan Toney to let him score more, we would love that. He's just a proven Premier League goal scorer. That's what he is. All right, we're gonna get a shot ourselves. Matthew Rose finesse shot. We just hit the crossbar. We love hitting the crossbar. We love that. Can we score the final drill? Yes, we can. Left-footed, low-driven shot. And we get an A in our first training session at Brentford. And after that, Ivan Toney actually formally introduces himself. We, of course, tell him it's good to meet you. We're excited to be here. And he tells us the same thing the manager said. Work hard in training. We'll find game time. And I mean, we did pretty well in that training drill together. So he tells us he's looking forward to being on the field together. So we signed for Brentford in late August, and they've already played 3 games, which was a loss against Chelsea, a draw against Man City, and then we lost to Leeds. Now, our first potential Premier League debut is coming up here pretty soon. And by soon, I literally mean tomorrow. Our first game at Brentford is away at the Molyneux Stadium against Wolves. So we get home after a long training session. Tomorrow, we make our Premier League debut. So we try to blow off some steam, you know, relax a little bit, playing some Xbox. We go to have a little snack. You know, we're trying to eat a little healthier, so we got some low-fat Greek yogurt. Like, hey, we're getting serious about our fitness here. But just like that, it's time for bed. Like, we need a good night's rest for tomorrow. All right, today is the day. So as we sign our contract, we're 68 overall, and we're also number 21 for Brentford. We got like decent pace, and everything else is pretty well balanced. So we get to the dressing room, we see all the Brentford teammates, and like, we're kind of freaking out here. And Ivan Toney notices, comes over to us and tells us to relax. Everyone's nervous at the first game. Tells us if we get on the field, don't be nervous, just play how we know how to play. I mean, the best player on the team tells you that, you're definitely gonna feel a bit better. So we tell him thanks for the advice, and then Thomas Frank comes over to us and tells us there's no guarantee, but the midfield is currently let right now, so there's a good chance we might get on the field in this game. So we gotta be ready to make our debut. Okay, the game has started. First half, Ivan Toney misses a penalty in the first minute, and then 53rd minute, Adama Traore scores. It's 1-0 to Wolves. And now 62nd minute, Thomas Frank is bringing us on for our debut. We're playing right center mid. Like, this is the official start of our professional footballing career. We have worked so hard to get here. Matthew Rose, we are making our Premier League debut. Like, this is it. This right here is our moment we're going to remember for the rest of our life. Now, Manchester United did not believe we were ready for this, but we are here. We have to show that we can actually play at this level right now. All right, Adama Traore is kind of like hurting our defense right now. We got to try and find this attack here. Look at that steal from Matthew Rose, showing our defensive capability there. The little bit of it. Now, Ivan Toney up to Visa, into Matthew Rose. Chance to score on our debut. We actually scored a goal, a Premier League goal. I can't believe it. Matthew Rose on his debut scores and ties this game up for Brentford. Talk about a dream debut. Toney flips it up, and then the other striker finds us, and it's a solid little finish. Like, not the most clinical, but one touch, half volley, and we passed it basically into the left corner. We just scored our first goal. I actually can't believe it. 77th minute. This is 1-1. Okay, we got to keep this lead though. We still got 15 minutes. A lot can happen in these 15 minutes. We scored, but we got to show that we can also do other things in the midfield. We got to show that. Doing some defensive work there, trying to help out. Oh man, this passing insane. Okay, keeper, what a save. Corner sent in. Matthew Rose tries to clear it, can't, but keeper grabs it. I mean, we're going for this win. Okay, we just fouled Cunha. That's not a good foul. A little bit too aggressive there. Now, a good thing it's pretty far out, so I don't think we'll be in danger here of conceding. Although it is Ruben Neves, and that free kick is horrendous. All right, 6 minutes. We're trying to go for this win, but we're trying to be conservative and not lose this draw. We've come on the field. We've had an insane impact scoring a goal. Can we do more though? Can we actually do more? That's a great steal by Nordgaard. They get the ball back though. Kaladzic shot, and Kaladzic scores, and Wolves might have just won this game. Oh man, our teammate lost the ball on the top left side, and they won it back, and it was a counter attack. What a shot though. We got 2-1. We have 4 minutes. Can we do something in these 4 minutes? Okay, that's a great steal. We have a chance here. We're having a pretty decent game here though. Out to Matthew Rose. We got maybe one chance at an equalizer. Can we find our striker? We're gonna try to cross it in. Okay, he's not gonna win that. One more chance. Matthew Rose, hold it. We need to keep possession. We do. Come on, get it to us. Oh, the ref blows the whistle when we were on an attack. That's gonna be a 2-1 loss. Oh, that is hard heartbreaking. I wanted us to be the reason we got a point here. But you know what? We scored. We actually looked good on our debut. The nerves are gone pretty fast here. And one more time, the first goal of Matthew Rose's career. And I would say it was beautifully taken. All right, back in the dressing room. Now, of course, the team is upset that we lost. We definitely could have won that game. We could have got a point. We should have got a point. But internally, we're freaking out because we just scored our first goal of our career on our Premier League debut. That's insane. Thomas Frank comes over and he tells us that was a very good goal. He tells us, keep playing like that. We're going to find a lot more game time. And then Ivan Toney comes over and tells us he didn't know we had that in us. Like, he tells us that was a solid finish. And I mean, coming from our team's best striker, a clinical finisher, we of course tell him thanks. We tell him next time, hopefully it's us assisting him on a goal. But man, honestly, like, what a debut. As you know, though, the Premier League moves very fast. We're already at game number 2 against Crystal Palace at home. Now, after 3 games, we sit bottom of the table in 19th place. Like, we need to get out of the relegation zone. So 64th minute, it's 0-0, and it's time for our second ever Premier League match. And also our home debut, which is very nice. Okay, first touch. We should have won that. We should not have lost that. Come on, we need to have the same impact we had in the last game. At least we scored a goal, helped our team. We need a win under our belt, though. All right, Rose up to the striker, into Ivan Toney. This is not the worst move, Toney. Ivan Toney. We see him. Cross to Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney in front of the goal. He should have scored that. That was a good ball by us. He like didn't know what to do with it. Oh, that was just a golden pass by us. Okay, short corner. We're going to call for a short corner. We got space to pick out a pass here. Cross in the box. Ivan Toney goes for a bicycle kick and he hits the post. What did I just see? Into Ivan Toney. Toney. Oh, we can't get the shot away. What did I almost just see? I can't believe he went for that. He still has the ball. Okay, Ivan Toney wants to win this game. Shade. In to Matthew Rose. Oh, we can't fight. We can't fight for that. Oh, no, not after this. We got to try and block the middle here. They're going to try to cross it back in the middle. We were in a good spot. It's fine. Get it to us. Oh, man. Okay, that's going to be a foul. We're good. All right, 15 more minutes. Great ball to Rose. Rose gets it to Ivan Toney. Toney. Back to Matthew Rose. Is that going to be our second goal? The shot's going to be saved by the keeper. Oh, such a good move. We might win that. Are we going to win that? No, we're not. Oh, man, we want that shot back so bad. All right, win that header. Decent win by Rose. Showing our physicality. Rose into Shade. Beautiful move, Shade. Can he find us? Oh, man, he tried to split the defenders there. We're close to this goal. We're close. The issue is Crystal Palace are now in. Wilfred Zaha using his pace, and Raya can't make the save. He scores. All of our chances, we can't score. They go into the field and get one attack, and they probably just won the game. Oh, it's just heartbreaking. We still got 9 minutes to do something at least. Ball to Matthew Rose. Can we find something here? Striker, get into a better spot. Can't exactly find him. It's really well defended. Are we even going to get another chance here, boys? Oh, no. Eduard in, and it's going to be 2-0 to Crystal Palace. We had chances to take the lead, didn't take them, and Crystal Palace took their chances. Oh, man, it's so unfortunate. Man, Brentford are having a rough start of the season. It's probably why they signed us, you know, try to find something, some energy into the bench maybe. So first 2 games, a loss against Wolves and then a heartbreaking loss against Crystal Palace where we should have took the lead, but it's gonna be a 2-0 loss at the end of the day. We almost had like the assist of the season if Ivan Toney would have scored that bicycle kick though. All right, into the dressing room after that game. We're talking to Ivan Toney. He tells us that he thinks we've been a bit unlucky there. Like he thinks we'll pull this around and start picking up points. We also say like, you almost scored the goal of the season. And he's like, yeah, I want that one back. That would have been insane. And then Thomas Frank calls us over and he tells us they're really excited about how good we played. He thinks we're making a good impact off the bench, but he also wants to ask us something. Now there's nothing set in stone. There's no exact plans for it, but he asks us how we'd feel about a loan move in January. Now, obviously, we just got here, like, we don't want to leave, but unfortunately, it's not really up to us. We tell him, like, I mean, we do what's best for the team, whatever they think is right. So, in theory, a potential loan move, we said we would be open to, I guess. And he tells us, okay, don't worry about it for now. You're here for the first half of the season. He's just giving us a heads up, like, hey, in January, anything could happen. Like, in this football business, stuff moves very, very fast, so be ready. I mean, like, as such a young player, maybe they think, like, they should sign someone in January more experienced. So, we get home after that game. We try to relax a little bit, you know, watch a little TV. But like we are rinsed. This has been such a like crazy couple of weeks. So we get ready for bed. We brush our teeth. We're calling it an early night. Like we can't help but think about what Thomas Frank said. Like, would we be okay with a loan move? Like with how serious Thomas Frank sounded when he told us that, there's a real possibility that in a few months we could be off to somewhere else. We just gotta try to play our best and then see what happens. But if you enjoyed this episode, drop me a like down below. I'd really appreciate that. Hit that sub button. We're trying to reach 200,000 subs. If you want to see me rebuild the worst Bundesliga club, then click on screen. And as always, hope you have a great day.